Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome to a new reading vlog. So this weekend I have a long weekend, and so I thought since I am in a great reading mood that I would document my weekend. I don't know if it's going to be just a weekend reading vlog. I might extend it and make it like a weekly reading vlog. Maybe it's just going to be a couple of days. I don't really know. I just knew that I wanted to film and I have been in a great reading mood, so I thought that I should make the best out of it. So right now I am currently reading A Sprinkle of Sorcery by Michelle Harrison. This is the sequel to A Pinch of Magic. I say sequel, but I've been told by Gavin over at How to Train Your Gavin that this series could be read out of order. Like each book is an adventure in itself, so you don't necessarily need to have read the previous books in order to understand what's going on. But obviously, if you read the books in order, you're going to get all of the background that you need in order to like fully understand what's going on. But you can still read them like in the order that you prefer. But anyway, this is the second book in that series, and if you didn't know, this follows three sisters, and in the first book there's a curse that keeps the sisters from being able to leave the island that they were born on, and so they kind of go on an adventure in the first book, and in the second book there's another adventure because one of the sisters get kidnapped and the other two sisters are just going to try to find her, and once again they embark on an adventure. I'm really enjoying this one. Like, I love the first one. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and this one I think might as well be another 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not exactly sure yet because I'm only about halfway through. I'm on page 178 and I've been flying through this book. I started reading this yesterday, which was Friday, and I have already made so much progress with this book and I'm loving it. This one deals with pirates as well, which is super cool. I love books that have pirates in them. I don't read a lot of them, but I do have another book on my TBR that has pirates in it, so I might read that one next because the pirate vibes in this, chef's kiss. I love books that take place on boats and that have pirates in them. I don't know. There's something about adventures that includes pirates that get me. Right now, it is Saturday. It's 2 p.m. and I think I'm going to go edit because I just finished wrapping up another vlog. I filmed an episode of Books Around the World recently and I just finished wrapping up everything. It's Sunday, and last night I finished reading A Sprinkle of Sorcery by Michelle Harrison, and I think I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, it was amazing. I'm kind of debating whether I liked it more than the first book or not, because I did give the first book 5 out of 5 stars and I did really love this one, but I don't know if it's like a 4.5 situation. Is it a 5? Because I don't know if I liked it more. It's been a while since I read the first book, so I just don't exactly remember what I was feeling when I finished the first book, but I did really love this one, so I decided to give it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It was just amazing. The series as a whole is so incredible. It's middle grade, but honestly, it doesn't read like middle grade. It feels like it's meant for an older audience. Like, we're following older characters. Like, the main character Betty is 13, and I guess like in most middle grade books that I read, the characters are usually between 11 and 13, I'd say. So Betty's like on the like older end of the spectrum, and the writing is immaculate. It reads like a fairy tale. It's on a higher level than the rest. Like, I love it. It's so great, and I cannot wait to read the third book in the series. I don't know if it's like the last book in that series. I don't know if the author is writing more. It kept me on my toes. I loved all of the action and like the plot and where it went. I just love the characters. I love everything about this series. It's so amazing, and if you guys haven't picked it up yet, I would highly recommend it. So after I finished A Sprinkle of Sorcery, I decided to pick up something else because I was still in a reading mood. So I went with The Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. This is book 4 in the series. I started this book, I think it was back in August of 2020. So it's been a while. I started and read like the first 60 pages, I think between 2 reading vlogs or something like that, and I put it down and never really picked it back up, not because I was not interested, but just because I was filming other things always, and I never really got back to it. I read like 20 pages last night, so I'm currently on page 80, and I think this is going to be our pick for the day at least. So since I have last talked to you guys, I have quite a few reading updates for you. So yesterday I read about 20 more pages of the Trials of Apollo. After I updated you, I read about 20 more pages, so that means that I'm now on page 102. But then at night I was not in the mood to read like a fantasy type book, so I decided to pick up a contemporary, and I picked Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. I saw Kevin over at Irish Reader read this in his most recent reading vlog, and so I was inspired to pick this one up. Can we just talk about this cover before I dive into like the book and what it's about? Like, okay, this looks gorgeous, right? But when I remove the dust jacket, it still looks absolutely stunning. So this follows our main character Pablo, and he works at a bodega. Pablo is kind of struggling through life at the moment. Like, he dropped out of school and he is struggling to make ends meet. But one day a Selena Gomez-esque pop star drops by the bodega and they strike up a conversation. I say Selena Gomez-esque because this pop star is like both an actress and a singer. She used to be a Disney star child situation, and she reminded me a lot of Selena Gomez because of all of those things. So yeah, just to give you an idea of who I'm picturing. So this book is basically about the relationship that will build up from this first encounter. So far I'm not like super far into it, to be honest. Like, I'm about halfway, I'd say. I'm on page 157, and this is like a chunker. It has like well over 400 pages, which is a lot for a contemporary, but anyway. So I started this last night. I read about 75 pages and I quite enjoyed this. So far I'm loving the writing. I just love how real the characters feel. They all feel so three-dimensional. I feel like everything that they say, the way that they behave, it feels real. This is the best way that I can describe this. I love Mary H.K. Choi's writing. I love the emergency contact, and so I wasn't surprised that I was enjoying the writing in this one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, even though it's kind of slow, but I really love the characters, so I don't care that much. Today is the beginning of DoTheThingAthon, which is the readathon that Ashley is hosting, and the goal of this readathon is just to catch up on our goals. I am participating in the readathon. I'm super excited to be doing that. I initially was going to film a separate vlog for the readathon, but I think since I started editing this vlog and I know I don't have enough footage to make like a whole vlog out of it, so I'm just going to combine the two. So our focus for the week is going to be to catch up on our Goodreads challenge. I'm so behind. I'm like 5 books behind schedule at that point, and I don't think I could like catch up and be on schedule, but if I could get to maybe like 1 or 2 books behind schedule, that would be a lot better. So this is going to be our main goal. We're going to try to read as much as possible. It's all going to be about quantity this week, and I'm quite excited. Like, I feel like I need to be getting back on track, and this readathon just is the perfect thing. I'm still a very terrible vlogger. It's now day 3 of this readathon. It's Wednesday. In my defense, yesterday was just a crazy day, so let me recap you on everything that's been going on because I feel like I have quite the update for you. So yesterday was a work day, so it started off very normal, but halfway through my day I had my COVID vaccine. It was my first dose, and it went well. I don't really have much to say, like it was a pretty smooth process. If we're talking symptoms, I'm doing really well. My arm hurts quite a bit, like I cannot really lift it higher than this. And then right after work I had an appointment for a facial, which like I don't even know if you can really tell a difference, but like when I came out of there I was like, oh my god, this was the best thing. Anyway, let's talk about books. So since the last time that I updated you, I'm now on page 252 of Permanent Record. I don't really know how I feel about this. It's very slice of life, which is a term that I've been using quite a bit recently, but there's no better way for me to describe this book because we're literally being transported into Pablo's life, and Pablo's the main character, and I feel like we're just following him around. There's not really a plot happening. Like the pop star meeting situation was more prominent in the first half of the book, but there's not a lot of relationship going on between the two of them. I'm enjoying this, but I don't think I'm liking it as much as I did Emergency Contact. I remember loving that book, whereas this one is a little bit like harder to sludge through. I do really appreciate the writing though. I feel like the characters are all very real, and that's what I love the most about this book, like how real everything feels. So time for a quick little reading update because it is almost time for me to get back to work. So last night I made it to page 318 of Permanent Record. I don't really have much more to add than what I said yesterday. I'm still enjoying it, and the pop star trope thing has returned, so it's more important in the part that I just read. I'm pretty sure I can finish this today, which would be great because we're halfway through the readathon. Today's Thursday, and I feel like I haven't been making as much progress as I was hoping I would. I mean, I haven't finished a book, but the reason why I decided to film this update to begin with is because I have a new package from Indigo Chapters. So we have new books coming in, which is not great because our physical TBR is about to get a little bigger than it was before. My dog almost went down the stairs when she's not supposed to. Anyway, so I'm gonna open this and unbox these. I'm so excited. They are mostly new releases and contemporary reads, so like romance and YA contemporaries. So oh, I'm excited. I love new books. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. I love like contemporary covers. They're the best. Anyway, so first we have an older release. I think it was a book that came out last year, and that is The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. Apparently this is an enemies to lovers with a wedding planner who gets left at the altar, and like, I don't know, there's something about the best man, I think, that like caused her to be left at the altar, but like now they have to work together, I think, for something. So I don't know, I'm excited for this. Then we have Last Chance Books by Kelsey Rodkey. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. It's a You've Got Mail type of retelling, and I think it's about 2 booksellers. One of them works for like a big chain and the other one for an indie bookstore. So I'm really excited to get to that. Oh my god. Okay, we have Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson, another one of my most anticipated releases of the year. But look at the back. I was not expecting to see this dog. I love this. I love this so much. But I also really love this cover, and I'm so excited to read another Morgan Matson book. It's been so long since we've had a new Morgan Matson release, so I'm very excited to have a new one to read. And finally we have, oh my god, probably my most anticipated release of the year, and that is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I've heard incredible things about this new book. Apparently it's even better than Beach Read, and this one sounds even more up my alley than Beach Read did, and I loved Beach Read. It was one of my favorite reads of 2020, so I am so excited. I love this cover, and it includes like travel, like vacation, and friends to lovers gone wrong type of situation where like they used to be very close and now they're not really talking anymore, and this is like their last chance to rekindle their relationship, but before it's like too late. Oh man, I am so excited for this. Oh my god, I want to read all of these right now. Like, oh my god, they all sound so good. I'm so excited to get to all of these, and I feel like we might get to some of them in this vlog or like in this week, because I'm looking at them and like I'm in such a YA contemporary or like even like romance kick. I'm in a contemporary kick, and I really want to read another contemporary.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is that's going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful.
So today's Friday, it's day 5 of DoTheThingAthon, and this week hasn't been going the way that I thought it would. I haven't been reading as much as I thought I would, and that's fine. But I did finish reading Permanent Record last night. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked the writing and how real the characters felt and everything, but I did feel like it was lacking in terms of the plot. I'm someone who's very drawn to plot heavy like storyline rather than character development, so I prefer a plot driven story, and this wasn't really the case here. So yeah, 3.5, I would still recommend it. I still thought it was a good book, but it just wasn't exactly what I needed or what I wanted out of it. And then last night I also started reading People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I only read like 12 pages of this, so I read the first chapter and the prologue. So far I'm very intrigued. It follows a travel writer, and she's very extroverted and everything, and her best friend is the complete opposite. Every year they take a vacation, and 2 years ago something happened in Croatia and now they're not talking anymore. So that's where I'm at in the book, but I don't know much more than that. I'm super excited to read it though, but I think I'm just gonna like cut it here, and we'll continue the rest of the readathon, I guess, in a second vlog. So if you want to hear my thoughts and everything on People We Meet on Vacation and other books that I will be reading, stay tuned for the next vlog. It's going to be happening soon, hopefully. I guess that's it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!